Alright, here we are. Okay, here we are. Looks like the mic's up, game sounds up, bitrate's good. Let's double check the chat thingy. Chat thingy is up. Alright. So here we are. I did buy the full version of the game. We played the demo, I don't know, a week or two ago. It seems mildly entertaining. Let's see how she goes.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away.
This was not in the demo.
In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia. Not that far away. There was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody.
Yeah.
Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh my god, don't ever ask that fucking question. That's almost as bad as saying, things can't get any worse from here, or what a quiet night. How you doing, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Oh, they're gonna make me go through all the tutorial stuff again. Man. There's not a way to skip tutorial, is there? Fuck. No, no way to skip the tutorial. Alright. Did you go on an adventure? Even better, I took a walk around the grove. And then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. And I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. Oh, Fable. I got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so it sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is exciting as a roasted nut. Hey, somebody roasted my nuts. I would be pretty excited about that. In so many different ways. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh, well then a nut would be exciting for you, because then you would be, you know, sick or dying. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. That's what I was just saying. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? Yeah, it does. No, I think that counts as a mistake. And mistakes can be adventures. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me very much. I'm very good at growing Phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah, oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes. Exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. Salt counts as a spice. I'm like a bland soup. Oh, Fable, you're not a soup. You're more like a gazpacho. reliable. Let me look at that real quick. Fuck ducks. So it looks like my modem can either handle upload or download, but not both. So I was hoping that I could download the Steam game at the same time that I was playing. Why the fuck is that going on? But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Okay. So, no, it started downloading. What's that gonna do to my bitrate? Let's find out. Bitrate is still looking okay. Oh, Fable. So a classic case of boredom, I see. You know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Yeah, it's called normal, and people pine for it. Like they pine for the fjords. Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. That's called stable. But you're right. Stability is not particularly fun. Have you tried visiting a circus? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater or a gala, arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up, like, really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights, and people, and actors. Are actors not people? Somebody let me know. Oh, hey! How you doing, Simmons? Is Simmons right? Am I saying that right? I'm doing fine. I'm a little late tonight. I was helping my son work on his car. But other than that, everything's going good. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what if singing is not... What is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. I need to move my chat thingy. I don't know if I missed you, Simmons. It was hard to see. Let me see, where's my chat thingy? We'll put it right there over the window so I can see if anything pops. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Or, that sounds like a good opening. That sounds like a good song opening to me. Pretty nymph? Why do you want to meet a nymph there, Fable? Of course it is. That's the point. Finding them enjoying themselves in the water. Yes, indeed. I would love to find a nymph enjoying herself in the water. The sun's shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light a divine beauty. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encountered. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Having been through the trial thing, I think you're full of shit there, Fable. You don't like discovering new drinks. Not a long songs you can write about that. You can write songs about drinking drinks in taverns. Come on. Wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer... What's wrong with nymphs? Dude, Innkeep, you're fucking killing me. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. I thought you liked new drinks. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes you feel like a feather-light nymph floating away in the wave. You are stuck on nymphs. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? Oh yeah, that would make a good movie. That would, or at least, you know, streaming show. But mostly I want to swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Here's the tutorial. You show me. Yes. Or I could do no and not do the tutorial. No. I'm sorry, but I took an oath to keep the secrets of mixology to my grave. Really? No, but I do value my secret recipes. I understand. I guess I'll just have to try to recreate the Swift Strike from memory alone. Good luck with that. I shall make you a proper one for reference. Swift Strike. Got a recipe. So we need one to the right. And the bottom right, one to the top right. And fill the remainder with the top. I forgot how to hit the ding. Ding! There you go, hon. Make your first drink. But this was all in the demo. Thank you, that's exactly what I needed. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'll be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? 100% true. Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but what? Never mind. Fable. Ugh. Yes. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right, what kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Okie dokie. So, one bottom left, one bottom right, and filter the rest of the way up. Top left. Sorry, Andu, nothing for you yet. He does not look like the kind that would use a fruity, frosty drink like that. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Rumor unlocked. Song of bones and water. Alright. So, we got a rumor. Yay! Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Because you're boring? Isn't that up to you? Wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like that stream that ripples down the mountain. Ripples down the woods in the mountain? Or the mountain? Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes, no, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. So go do that. I want to live a life full of adventure. Boredom will feel like... I want to live a life so full of adventure. Boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. There's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? Oh, honey. Bless your heart. I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? Then go back. Just do the thing that you want to do. What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Your own genie fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Bye, fable. Captain Fuzzy Pants. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, innkeep? Well, duh. With whom do I have the pleasure? My name's Carolyn. You can call me Care or Lynn. I couldn't care less. I'll call you Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. How about that? Nice to meet you, Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quest, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No, no quest for me, but I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tregarin. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Urbeck. I'm wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. You mean the one with the vampires? I think so. No, that just splits society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one are you, innkeep? Oh, man. I'm gonna have to go with vampire. I prefer vampires. So you're into the fangs, are you? An innkeep never tells. You little rascal, I like you. Fuck you, Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. Likewise, what about you? Vampires. Why? The wolves are too close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragan. I would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragan? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. Oh, poor Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? I don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog, trust me. Dude, I am so ready to throw you a drink and see if you fetch it. Good to know. Thanks, Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. It's not that hard either. Mr. Fuzzy Asshole's better, I think. Gotcha, Lynn. Alright, Chief. You got a names or just innkeep? Just innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, innkeep, then before I venture on, you've got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. Don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Fuck you, dude. Cover the fucking Libra. Okay, which one of these? It doesn't say. Seriously. I'm just assuming that's strength at this point. So, one left. One right. And the rest of that shit. Here, drink that, you poofy swap. A drink with 0 water as requested. Not bad, just what I was craving, thanks. Where will you head from here? Hops back west through Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Okay, Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? Nope. Cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Undale. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. Okay, Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. You started this conversation, and I'm into it. Alright, well then, get the fuck out. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. More of a lone wolf. Lone wolf, Jesus Christ. Don't do groups, but sure, for more work I'll come back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn in proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. More tutorial. I forgot. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. So I sort all the rumors I've collected. I'll scan your rundown in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. I think the best next step will be sorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Okay. So, made a quest. Awesome. Oh, gotta feed the little frog thing. Prelude to Bravery, 58th of the Wake. Okay. Alright. Oh, it's... Hi, Fable. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf was chosen for Garen. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who's good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. I know my way around any woods. I know Fable. And maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forest. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And... I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then... I didn't think that far ahead. Let's see. Or rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. I have to fight the werewolf or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me, and what if I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable. Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. Suddenly I'm unable to move until somebody makes the decision for me. Well, there's your problem. I ain't got no gas in it. Like a slime, a frozen slime. Frozen slime that can't move. I bet slime's less anxious than you. I bet slimes? A tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What does slimes drink? Water, more slime, bones. Sell bones? Only to slimes. Maybe I'll be able to add my bones to the machine. I just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing our werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well. I do want to go on the quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but make a good start for a song, right? You want to be a bard, don't you, druid? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, I start to think more deeply about what might happen. All my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats that they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with an amaranthine hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Oh, Fable. No one wants to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky and whatever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing ever seems easy enough for me. I imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. Seems like my life only follows the path that's most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who's naturally attracted to bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or carrot citrus, they always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confused them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. I guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing. Weeping? Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. The Mary Morgan, I'm gonna have to listen to all these, ain't I? The Mary Morgan incident, didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank God word didn't get around. It's my very first adventure, a chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. The fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregaron recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, yay. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares at my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Sugarmere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led him right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Your first encounter with the Hydra, oh Christ, another story. Well, the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthine Hydra. I had this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around. Its green scales match my hat. It was so tall and intimidating I forgot all about what I wanted to say, so I just sat down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this should be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to set foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it more, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed this quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Adventures don't come tied up in neat, mistakeless bows. Your mistakes are part of your story fable, no matter how hard you try and shame yourself for them. I like you the same nonetheless. Just try to do better in the future, that's all you can do. She needs some affirmation. You do? Yes. I don't care much for Fable the Flawless Hero. I don't think their stories would be very interesting. Fable the Messy Adventurer with a heart of gold and an endearing personality, on the other hand. Great non-guy. Might even be my favorite regular. Don't tell anyone else I said that. I won't. Thank you, Inky. Because I like you so much, I'm going to keep giving you free advice. I hope so. What do you have for me? You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. And how can I not be, with everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. Excuse me. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those poor people, right? What if I don't and there's no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? What if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and, future hero. Charmer of nymphs. I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. Bring me back a nymph. I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I'll leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. There may be something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. I need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Whenever your choice can influence my fate, it could change the entire outcome of this quest. Well, of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Okay. Sparkling taste, spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling. We'll do let's give it a shot. So, one of these. And one of these. And the rest of the way with that. There you go. You should do it. Thank you. I feel much better and braver. But farming? No, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There's a lot of farmers in Tregaron, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I need to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd like to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So, I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. If consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. It's very thoughtful. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all later. Oh, of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. First I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Yes, please go do that thing. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. No, not you again. So I really need 3 of each thing. What the fuck do you want? You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink? Yes. Yes, I get it. Could you try to be more specific? A spoken heart when tasted fine. Thank you. Alright, here we go again. Thank you, Andu. Okay, spoken heart, just for you. Maybe it'll help you find more words. Good attempt, perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more, might not. Thank you, enjoy. Charming. I think this is where the demo ended. I'm not sure. Definitely where the demo ended. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Not one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could you try the one where you just serve drinks quietly? I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. Planning to try and peer into my backstory. Probably. Ugh. I'm warning you, I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Non-essential NPCs? Why are you ignoring me? Not you, the innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape. Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fell on his shoulders and ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye, pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you a drink in exchange for your story and your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I am Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquet de Throng. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Red is bottom left. Alright, we'll do that one. What if we just give him all of that? Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious, very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you'd like to let me have a bite. No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Maria Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, you skip. Skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough, like the mountain caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. A frosted lagoon. This is a pretty basic game, isn't it? A taste of her just for you, valued customer number 2. Now, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you earned it. Alright, picture me deep in the mountains of Dulvamere, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein early and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. And suddenly this big ooze comes along and slurp, gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took my shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Boruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Boruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see her? Cape. Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chest, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. You could? Phenomenal. I can put out a quest for you. But for that, we need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, we need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Boruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding? Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape. To show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampire Countess Evelyn, residing in Morrow Castle. That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted your cape? Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape. Oh, rats, here we go again. Sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast? Her. That thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps, innkeeper, that's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest evidence will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dredge, at the foot of the mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her, escape with their life. But beware, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. You can keep quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another cove without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Okay, maybe there's some sort of a fucking, like, thing going on? Plot of some kind? Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. Might even last till dayfall with this. Excuse me while I have some of my own Texan stamina. Okay. I'm gonna check a couple things. Looks like Steam is still steaming. I'll have the other game downloaded in about an hour and 15 minutes. Bitrate is still 2000. Wow, I'm receiving more than 15. That's awesome. Whoever would have thought? Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you are complaining about having to walk. My platform doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right. Innkeeper, do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that could also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera. A thing, beast made out of several animals. About 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. If only I hadn't eaten that electrical bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Proscript, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh, nay, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and an ooze poop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest from my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me when I can walk amongst the mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as an fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say and keep while we wait for someone to do this work for him. You perhaps have a room or 2. Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Surely. I got a couple of barred up rooms. You could stay up there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real boy one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. New quest. Camera. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was hoping it was color-based. Vampire was the first case. Count Evelyn. Count Evelyn. Alright. Okie dokie. Is it gonna be the same animation every time? Oh no, that one didn't have a light that time. New friends and former enemies. 59th of the wake. Oh man. A shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. Now I have some access to fake crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with famous chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Mr. Fuzzy Asshole. Oh, Fable, you came back. You're not dead. So, you can keep a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you, Lynn. She meant to say please. That's a chick. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you, I am. Seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? Wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like a feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No, Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Okay, Mrs. Fuzzy Asshole. Does this perchance have to do something with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot? I think he's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I didn't. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. The adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon. Of the quest fable. Right. The quest. Traveling was no trouble. I knew enough shortcuts to travel to the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the border with Gagarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. He says I can't. Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing from being small. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape, picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf, please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, alright. Who the hell sees a werewolf? The first thing they do is greet them. A polite person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a sprowl, a werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked why, and I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you, a guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the werewolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had an uneven print. Just like that kind of stuff Uncle Dragon wears, that old fuck. Hey, why can't I say that? Fuck! What the fuck? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Fuck. Anyway. It was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know? Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. It's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable, angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to try to look for him, and all their savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but LP stopped me. I'm glad they did. How'd you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. Didn't understand half of it, but I felt she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I never would have done that, of course. But they must have believed me, because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Thank you? I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him the best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with a scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would happen, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human beings. Or the clocking things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. Oh, man. This is dense. This is a lot of dense dialogue. But the sheep, too. But they had to talk about it. Silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. It'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. I guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure, he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he had done, that he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of shit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. She's a bitch. Oh my god, she's a bitch. Ugh. So after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my taste. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. We're talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't hard, was it? Well... So, a drink? What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual, strength never gets old. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? You have something that'll calm me down, maybe even bring some of my agility back. I can swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you late. Ugh. Sure. Oh, poor Fable. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes. I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? Yes, very good. Maybe you should order that drink more often. You did well, Fable. Thank you. If it wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you'll be the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm gonna head home now. Do that. I'll stock up my quest for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Dude. Yes. Good evening to you too. This quest, it wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. Like me. I'm Batman. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No, my legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest, go to the castle, get the cape. I mean... Yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet. So if someone would like to go, they would be welcome. Oh, well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So we know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence, me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has, once, had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask? Sure, yes. We guess she looked pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood? Interests. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes. She has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all the animals still seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside, or leave. Anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb, for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins in your pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I have won with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. Excuse me for just a moment. Alright. Let's see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well, then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Brush yourself up from your shadow. Say, will you trade for them? Secrets. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. A shot. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before just yesterday. No shit. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. I cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. I was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or frozen pinecone. Frozen pinecones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is quite unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those will be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. But that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. But perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely, out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help me staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision to keep your wisdom is no secret, is it? Yeah, we're gonna go with the, now that I have infusions, I have to be careful how they interact with other ingredients. I might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and then adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Steal something and keep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Huh. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me, goodbye and keep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Farewell. Or for a bitter end. Lynn, you look surprisingly happy. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No. Your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Maybe something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. Strength, huh? Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call the strength to Caroline. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a little bit soon for another quest? You just returned. It's been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern camera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that would be terrible for business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you like fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure a vampire would find that impressive. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me to thinking, any kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and if they were created to be guardians by the protectors, of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You'd do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I'm worried. Okay. Nervous? I ain't that either. Then what is it? Oh my god. Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. Seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian, more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Mm-hmm. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. I'm not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed. Left. One day she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. I'd like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. I never found a wyvern in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good Baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic, not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. You say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Is it? Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some Kerbal infusions to offer that can help you greatly with your quest. No, that sounds like unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix Chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, they're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Okay. So, defense and fire. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tough already. I'm dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. But stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends not to take a break, even for vampires. Maybe you should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might? But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. I feel bad. I haven't fed him anything this whole game. This whole game. Starlight Sonata, 60th of the Wake. My neck. Ah. Hello. Hey, Inkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true. I've been pretty busy with this hatching season. A lot to do? Yeah. The birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something's amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know. They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually, I'll have you all figured out. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes. I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. Let's see what I can do. There we go. Another goddamn frosted lagoon. Hi, Andu. Liquid steel, just a little bit more digestible. This is exactly what I needed for my trip. Where are you headed, anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I went to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures, like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure. But you know what I'm most excited about? Gnomes, nymphs. Gnomes. Nymphs, nymphs. Nymphs? No. They're pretty, don't get me wrong. Definitely not the reason why I'm going to Boreas. That'd be Fable's reason. You're so right. If you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Or if you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? Geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year when the mornings are still a bit chilly and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet. I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borea and Floria is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green-cheeked conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Myrtle along to the convention? Ah, fuck me! I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Myrtle along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to the treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long and keep. See you soon. Okay, wow. Shit takes forever, doesn't it? Hold on. Doo-doo-doo. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Carolyn's quest in the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that. She told me before she left, in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course. We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets, they specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night sky constellations on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows about their reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that, too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought. So well... What is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Carolyn was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves. Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you... I like trinkets. Oh! What is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. While the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections, I imagined it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I'd call it the Little Dipper. It does look a little bigger. Yeah, I think it could also be a Big Dipper. It does look a bit like a Little Dipper. Using a lot of imagination. Who knows, maybe there'll be a word out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night sky. There might be. Maybe the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. A bear? Innkeep, I think he might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Oh, excuse me. Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? I don't care one way or the other, actually. Really? That's surprising. Then again, you do help people change, just like Cassiopeia. You'll have to give me your birth data soon, so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it all down for you. That's great, thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw, are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks, I'm not sure how to make those just yet, especially those with the right balance. I'll still have to make the rounds in the grove later. So could you make me something that will keep me awake and agile? Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? I'm already on it. Thank you. One moment. And to keep her awake. So we're gonna go swift. Here. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here a bit if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Vampire Guy. Greetings, Innkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, Green Creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. And I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep. Say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. Winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack, I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek, I'm very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps. He's underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide and seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeeper. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. Shame. Then I should have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. Alright, let's see where this goes. Well, some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect, Innkeep. The only thing that can make me happier would be drinking a lovely titled Innkeeper's vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the people of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. Auntie Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spined guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous. Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taking the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was also going to take a day off to spend vacationing with her. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire, and my hand, and my hair, so I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun is also bad for vampires. Is it? Yes. Right. I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful color, full of music, anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. And quite if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. But he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me into ash. What a jokester. A dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone? Yes, true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. And some great canapé recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. Promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape. Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would never have agreed to that. It is my cape, after all. Maybe he wanted my Pascal recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes. He said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your aunt is doing. Sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeepers found in his house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together and heard many friendships formed in such halls? Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Oh, certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets. Like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sunchild as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. My friend bought a delightful raven figure with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on only in my heart. You just said you didn't remember them. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected on the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is the harbinger of yearning and of change. Wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capable and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. The refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. You are hard to dislike. I think she still hates you. That is a very mean thing to say. I don't think you get to make that decision. Neither do you. No, but I can have faith in her heart. Isn't that what friendship is all about? That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. My dear friend Stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said... What was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter delivered to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think that's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic, longingly dwelling in the memories of a friend? It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks, doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. I don't mean to interrupt, but... What is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful. They're falling from the sky. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Yeah, those aren't fireworks. They're stars. That's not a good thing. Picking up the pieces, first of the astral moon. Guardian wasn't severely damaged by the falling stars, though it did take me nearly the whole day to finish all those little repairs. The building might still look a little battered, but it could be worse. Hopefully none of my customers got hurt yesterday. It's not much, but I would like to surprise them with a new drink on the menu. Whoever comes in can at least get a small taste of normalcy. I think that sounds like a good plan. Holy. Are we not going to read the letter? Hello, busty gal. Innkeeper. Jade. Didn't think you'd show up again after last time. No hard feelings. Remind me again, who started that whole brawl? Ah, no clue actually. Also slipped my mind. Would a drink help you remember? I wanted to chat about it maybe, but you know how much the remnants of the past bore me. Let's focus on the present. Let's. Maybe I should do a southern accent for her. I didn't come all this way to revel in old times after all, although I brought you something I knew you'd find useful just in case you did remember who started the brawl. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. It's some thunder sage. I found it on one of my jobs, but didn't have any use for it. Just don't try to boil tea out of its leaves. It tastes dreadful. Numbs your tongue. You seem to be speaking from experience. Your tavern seems to be getting on in years. Seems like nothing can escape the grip of time. Wasn't even sure if it was still open. Is that bad? I guess some would say age adds character. And what would you say? I'd say you've gotten old. Ouch. Oh, don't take it too personally. You still got some of your old spark, appeal? Ish. That's at least something. Not the brightest flame, but funky enough. Thank you. Now, I'd like to let I try one of your fiery drinks. What can I serve you? Something that'll quicken my reflexes. Gotcha. Here we go again. Same shit, different day. No actual sparks, but has something sparkling? Now that's what you call a drink. Maybe you haven't gotten on in years so much after all. Well, some things never wither. What are you doing at Zenith these days? Zenith. Keeping up to date, checking out the latest town gossip after my most recent gig. Your most recent gig? I finished up a job in Saya Plains. Sandworm kept terrorizing a group of seal wool merchants at the edge of the plains. I, myself, am very fond of those creatures. They just mind their own business. And sometimes, they gotta eat. But you know how it is. Something's gotta pay the bills after all. So I took the gig. It was a cushy job, though I still managed to get sand between my teeth. Luckily, it was only a sandworm, not one of those mimics that pretends to be part of the local fauna, and snap! Home you are. Anyway, I also heard about some unrest in Zoford from one of the local merchants and decided to go take a look. Zoford, the seaport? Yeah. I always considered a rather calm area. It was. It still is, sometimes at least. Initially, I thought the unrest was going to be related to the local thieves guild. So I went to deal with some bandits, look at their most wanted list and cash out. There was no real challenge though, so I didn't pick anything up. Other than a few hushed whispers at the marketplace, that is. Something about some archmage's familiar that went missing or whatever. Perhaps a job for you? I am not a welfare association. Like, what do I care about missing familiars if no one's gonna pay me, you know? Of course. I was way more interested in hearing more about the undead on the other side of the country that my colleagues were mumbling about. So I came here, and naturally I couldn't resist coming by to see how you were holding up. I'm doing very well, thank you. Well, that's good news, especially considering the state of your tavern. It's not that bad. Sure, whatever you say. So, do you know anything about those undead? Not really. I've been a bit occupied with cleaning up this mess. The tavern was just a tad affected by some recent incidents. What do you mean? The shooting stars? Shooting stars? It's much more serious than that. Innkeeper, a drink please. Perhaps something to boost my defenses. I'll have to be equipped for every possible situation after this kind of morning. Coming right up. Defenses. Fucking Frosted Lagoon, huh? Please enjoy. Like dragon scales, sturdy, strong, flawless. I'm glad I could impress. You have no idea how much of a You have no idea how much this catastrophe has affected the poor citizens of Zenith. And my day off. I can only imagine what scars it must have left on the rest of the country. I mean, if some star rain managed to affect not only the tavern, but the whole city, it must have been pretty bad. Speaking of which, I'd be happy to help you fix this place up. If the money is right, of course. No thank you. I'm closing up early today and tomorrow to take care of things. Alright, Chief. Your offer stands. What? You don't really believe it was just shooting stars, do you? What else would it have been? Have you not seen the damage? Last time I checked, shooting stars were flaming comets traveling through the firmament of Cassiopeia. Sometimes they crash on Gaia. Rarely, but it happens. Nothing I would worry about. Just an average Genesis for me. Cassiopeia helped me. What? You know something I don't? Perhaps. Oh, do enlighten me, please. Well, it seems that you're not aware of who you're talking to. Nope. My name is Alethea Anwar. I'm a devotee of the great dragon Cassiopeia, bringer of change and lady of the gilded sea. I fight for those who cannot fight for themselves and bring justice to those who would bring doom. And I am very aware of when something is wrong with the firmament. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, Alethea. Alethea? Alethea. 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 Alethea? Alethea. Now trust me when I tell you, this was more than just your average asteroid shower. I'm bad at trusting strangers, but go ahead. I believe something way worse happened. What? I know the stars fell from the sky. Literally. Usually I reside in the Apter, with the temple in the far northeast dedicated to Cassiopeia. My niece's birthday, I decided to take a few days off and visit her, and take her to the carnival on the outskirts of Zenith. We were just on our way back when suddenly, right above us, the sky was ablaze with 1,000,000 stars raining down on Gaia. I'm very attuned to the realm of Cassiopeia, the harbor of all the luminaries of the firmament. Just say astral realm. That wouldn't do the place justice, but what would you know? It's vast and yet so full of beauty. It's an ocean with a glistening surface, home to creatures beyond our comprehension. It's the theological term for it. Anyways, I noticed something was off the moment it happened, perhaps even a tad beforehand. The feeling of impending doom, when all the hairs on your neck stand up and you know there's a creature lurking somewhere in the shadows. Exactly. Which is why, in keep, I came here right after fulfilling my duties this morning. So many were hurt. It's a matter close to my heart, figuring out what happened. After inquiring with those affected, many referred to you and your tavern. If anyone had any intel, it'd be you, they said. They did? Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I imagine I know even less than you do. I was hoping to find some clues at least to help me start my investigation. Where's the fucking letter? Maybe we'll know more about all this when I return. Man, you don't get to make many choices in this game, do you? I mean, it's all about the plot. You're on rails. How dramatic. Isn't it normal for divine devotees to act like that in times of crisis? Not sure if I'd call this a crisis. Sure, if it's like she said and the literal stars fell from the literal sky, then yeah, that's odd. But then again, I'm sure Cassiopeia would have stopped it from happening if she wanted to. Are you religious? No. But I don't deny any of the dragons' existence. Which means I am more than confident in saying that if they want to be worshipped, they should work for it. We all work for something. I work to get paid. You work to get paid. And they just get paid without working. I wouldn't say they aren't working. I agree. And what are they doing to help in a crisis like this? They are taking care of the grand scheme of things. Wishful thinking. What the fuck are you? Ayo. Greetings, adventurer. Who? Me? You're the only one who entered my tavern, no? Yeah, but in what way do I look like an adventurer? That's just a standard greeting. Budget wouldn't cover any more, I suppose. I have a wide variety of greetings. If that makes you feel better. Hit me and give me something from your repertoire of greetings. How hops it? How what? Hops. What does that even mean? I think it means how's it going? Cool. Wait, are those tattoos? Whoa, they look so cool. A slippery worm coming right up. I am the best bartender in Never Never Land. Holy shit. My bit rate looks like a fucking heartbeat. That's no good. Wonder what the preview looks like. It's taking forever to fucking load. Man, I hope my bit rate's not fucked. Ah, shit's going sideways again. 1300 kbps. Fuck me. Am I still on my regular connection? Yeah, I'm still on mine. My bandwidth just dropped like a motherfucker. What else could be the problem? Well, the other game is halfway down, but now it's going to take 10 hours? Fuck me. My bandwidth is dead. I may have to truncate this. Fuck. Sure would be nice to have a real connection like a real human being. No worms, but perhaps it'll still suit your taste. Oh wow, this is great. Amazing even. Where did you learn this craft? In the primordial vortex? Huh? Don't look at me like that, I'm just joking. You aren't from here, are you? Who, me? Who else? Sorry. Is that the thing on your shoulder? Bingo. It's short for corruption. No. I meant you. Well, I'm nowhere, anywhere, and everywhere all at once. But most of me is from Avalon. You a golem? Oh, an Avalonian, native born or by ancestry? Native, duh. Huh, that's interesting. I found it pretty lame, to be honest. TBH? Who wrote this? A fucking child? There's nothing going on over there. Everyone's the same. And you think it's different here on Gaia? Yeah, I mean, not really, but I can go anywhere I like. Barely anyone knows me here. That's identity fraud. Fuck, it's all goody-goody with me because I can be someone else tomorrow. In Avalon, they all see through that game very quickly. I see. Changeling then? Yes. And I say so out of trust. Just kidding. If you tell anyone, I'll come for you. Fret not. What happens in the tavern stays in the tavern. Oh, fret not. Whatever happens in the tavern stays in the tavern. Then we're cool. Cool. So what brings you here, Inigo? This and that, you know. Zenith seemed like a cool town with a cool name. Got distracted by that giant hog in your front yard and thought I'd come in and say hi. That would be mine. Cool. I don't do mounts, I'm faster on foot. That way I can admire the landscape, take U-turns through narrow spaces, pickpocket. And did you admire the wrecked ruin that was once Zenith? I mean, I love chaos, so... Is it that bad? Do you ever leave this tavern, Innkeep? The city looks like a broken mirror. You bet it does. Looks like a star hit the center of Zenith and... Boom! Yep. Oh. There's nothing but there ain't nothing we can do about it. Exactly. Someone will fix it. And that someone's not me. Huh, me neither. That someone could be you. What if no one fixes it? So what? When it stays broken, Nathan Tree won't tumble just because some fires fall from the sky. I'm sure some egomaniac is already on their way to fix it. Needn't get my hands dirty. Ditto. Isn't that a bit bleak? Why even bother? There's always someone who fixes everything. And if not, then it ain't bothering anyone enough. Which means it isn't a problem. Exactly. I know Jade is a mercenary, but say, Inigo, you aren't exactly a traditional adventurer either, are you? No way. Their self-righteousness and self-sacrificial hero complexes ain't my vibe. I wouldn't say all adventurers are like that. Name one adventurer that didn't die from self-sacrificial tendencies. I knew one, but they perished thanks to their hubris. Another classic. Reminds me of the group I met last week in Norway. They were nice, but too nice, you know. I know exactly what you mean. Were they also on their way to investigate the fallen stars? Nah, they were headed somewhere north. Didn't really listen, didn't care. But I was nice to them too, you know. Charmed some rations out of them when they prepared breakfast at their camp. Sat around the campfire drinking tea, munching on bread and bacon. One of them was a wizard, I believe. Full-on robes, magic type of guy. Kept going on about how Leviathan was sending bad omens to the bottom of his teacup. Leviathan? Huh, why him? Dunno. Was he trying to warn you about his sister's demise? His sister? Cassiopeia. Oh, right, sorry. Mythology isn't my cup of tea. What is your cup of tea? Fraud. Checks out. So, Leviathan warned him via his tea leaves about the start of something terrible. Battered wings tainting the gilded sea in dark shades of misery. Leaving behind nothing but a shimmering void. That's exactly what he said. How did you know? I think I read that somewhere before. Did you also read about the blazing eruption at the foot of the Dalwell Hills? No, but I heard about it when I was in Zoford. Thought the Fae were doing one of their quirky rituals again. Wait, so it actually happened? Yep. He also read that from his tea leaves. Whoa. Seems like the guy was a real psychic. I guess. Divination magic can be a powerful tool. The tea leaf said, "The wings shall be torn apart at the feet of Avalon, nestled between the peaks of Dalwell." Dalwell? So it really could be true. What? It sounds like whatever happened in Dalwell was the reason the stars fell from the sky. Tainted gilded sea, shimmering void, metaphors for a starless sky. If the wizard was right about his tea leaf reading, that is. But it fits with what I heard in Zoford. Happened just a few days ago. Oh, that's how you're connecting it all. How else? No idea. I thought he was just babbling. With everything that's been happening recently, I think he might have been onto something. Odd that the adventurers didn't try to stop him from